Today we're in a very wet and windy Wales, but we're driving a Renault Clio RS200, but not just any RS200. This one is supercharged. We have Toyo R888R tyres, which in this weather, it's going to be interesting. We have in there hiding away are the Bilstein B16 coilovers. We have this lovely carbon fibre rear spoiler which just perfects this car. It looks fantastic. We have a very loud exhaust, extremely loud. There'll probably be lots of pops and bangs, not modded pops and bangs, proper pops and bangs. We have a half cage from the back, looks properly mean, like you know what this car is meant for business. We have Sabelt seats, really nice high-end seats, absolutely perfect for me. I'm not going anywhere. We also have partnered with them Sabelt harnesses. This is an absolute masterpiece. This rose jointed top mount shifter is one of the best shifters I have ever used. It is unbelievable. The throw is about that much and you just know exactly when it's going into gear, and there's absolutely no issues with crunching gears or missing a gear. Like, it goes straight in. It's not like the C1, I can assure you that. We have bits of carbon fibre everywhere, and this steering wheel, I think, is what they use in the Renault Clio Cup cars, like the ones that used to do British touring cars, and it's just an absolutely unreal steering wheel. And it's Sabelt as well. He's kept Sabelt all the way through. You sit really nice and low in this car. This car has been fully polybushed everywhere. Like, any single bush you could possibly think of has been fitted with the black poly bushes, which I believe are the stiffest ones possible. And I'm not surprised, because you feel every single vibration coming from this car. Like, there's a humongous vibration coming through the throttle pedal when you're driving it, vibration through the seat, vibration through the steering wheel. I'm not sure what it would be like to daily, but I'm sure you could manage it just because of how beautiful this car is. Pedals, one of my pet hates is not having the brake close enough to the throttle, so you can't heel and toe and rev match. These pedals are made for racing shoes. However, I'm wearing Air Forces. They're that worn on the bottom that they probably are racing shoes at this point, but
I like that
yellow rev counter.
That is very nice.
And when you go near the limiter, apparently it flashes a green light. I might have to sample this. How light this bonnet is. You can just do like keepy uppies with it. This is where the pied de resistance of this car is. It is supercharged. I don't know where the supercharger is.
I don't know what the f I'm looking at.
Can you come and show me, please?
Let's play a game, how long it takes Sven to find a supercharger.
Well, there's the alternator. I presume it runs off the alternator.
6 hours later.
Is that it there? No wonder I couldn't see it. This is the party piece of this car. This is a first for me. It's the first supercar. Supercar? Supercar. Supercharged car I've ever driven. You don't have that turbo lag which always kills the sort of low down performance of cars. This, you rev and it goes. No delay whatsoever. I think we should just stop talking and just get into some driving. Supercharged Renault Clio. For me, this is nuts. Yeah, just nuts in every single way. The most fun car I've ever driven.
I'd say it's the most
raw. It's, like we said, in every sense of the word, this car is raw. Yeah. It is everything. You can feel every single thing. Like, the steering is just so sharp. All the bushes have been done. You can hear, see, feel everything. And that won't be to some people's taste, but if you like a driver's car, look no further. Yeah, no, it's all the touch points on this car. Seats, fantastic. You feel everything through the road. You feel every single undulation, bump, Shifter, the best shifter I've ever used.
Oh, it's literally
It's
like
unbelievable. It feels like a sequential at times. It's that.
the throw is
so
probably
short.
shorter than some sequentials.
Yeah.
Like,
And then the steering wheel is absolutely perfect. It's the right size,
Yeah.
thickness, everything. And it shoots flames. It's the most engaging car I've ever driven. I think you'd have to go pretty hardcore to get more raw than this, I think. Coilovers are really, really good. It doesn't crash. Like, we've been on some really, really bumpy roads, and it doesn't like fall into the bumps. It just absorbs it nicely, and it is running quite a low ride height, really. But it's absolutely mint.
There's basically no compression.
Yeah, it just feels like it stays static over every bump, and that's what you want. You want it to be stable, and it doesn't feel like it's moving around, or you don't want to feel like it's crashing and smashing into bumps. Because if it's too stiff, that's where you start having issues over bumpy roads. One thing with these cars, gearboxes, they are a bit weak. Synchros from 3rd to 4th. Zach was explaining to us, like, you can buy an upgraded gear kit for them, but even then they're still a bit weak. That's probably the downfall of this car. It's something to think about if you are looking to buy one of these cars, because yeah, gearbox, you don't want them to be blowing up again on the odd times. This thing's absolutely savage. It's just a sensory overload in every single way. Like,
Tubes coming out of all holes.
if you want a B Road basher, for me, you have two options: Renault Sport or a GR Yaris. For me, opposite ends of the scale. If you want a new car, go down the GR route. If you want the most raw driving experience you'll ever have, get yourself into one of these. How quiet is it though? Are we doing 55 mile an hour?
Considering it's got
After 6th gear, yeah, it's got, I think it's a full through system. The rear seats are out.
Yeah, no sound deadening.
No sound deadening, and I expected it to be much louder than this. Yeah, semi slicks. You'd expect it to be louder. Get me one of these cars. It's a very weird sight seeing the C1 behind. And he's got a Vauxhall Astra van tailgating it. Astra van!
Shout out to Thompson or something.
For letting us have a play about in his car. It's an absolute weapon. I'd never heard of a supercharged one of these, so, and the chance to get to drive one of these is definitely an experience.
Interior is nice as well. All lightweight, like.
Yeah, I wouldn't say it's nice.
No, but for what it's
It
built
is
for,
cheap plastics, but it has a
for.
purpose. This car is not meant to be a Mercedes. It's meant to be a B Road track day car.
Those gear shifts as well, literally like that.
Like that was shift from 3rd to 4th.
I think this car has turned me into a French hatchback enjoyer.
A French hatchback enthusiast.
Yeah.
you're a baguette enjoyer. You cannot not love this car.
No, it is.
It is impossible.
But overall, though, I think this has got a lot more good bits than bad bits, despite the lack of comfortability. And
Should we compare it to the EP3?
yeah, it's a comparable
I think that's a good comparison.
Yeah.
They're a bit more expensive than an EP3, but EP3s are on the up. So I think it's one of them where this is without doubt a better B Road car.
You're going to annoy a lot of people, isn't
It is. It is. And
No,
I will take
agree,
anybody who tries to say otherwise.
it? I do agree.
This is hands down a better B Road car.
This one specifically, yeah.
Yes.
If it was stock for
I'd
stock,
have to
what do you
standard.
think?
Yeah. This is another question. The other one was not stock though, and
No,
I
that's true,
prefer
yeah.
this on a B Road. But
Yeah.
the EP3 was very good. So don't get me wrong, the EP3 is very good, but this is quite special. And the fact that it's supercharged and there's no lag, it's just instant there. It's
What's the supercharger like? Is it just NA?
it's just
but
NA,
more?
literally NA. It feels like just the standard engine behaviour. Like it picks
Yeah.
up a little bit more at the top end. I'd prefer this than if it had a turbo. I think a turbo would take away from the experience. I've currently got a French moustache on, and Zach, the owner, is sat next to me with a ginger moustache on. We're channeling our inner baguette.
We should have gone to the shop and got a baguette, put it in the helmet.
Oh, bollocks.
Oui, oui.
Oui, oui, monsieur. Moustache on, French hot hatch.
Life is good.
We've completed life, I think.
Although I keep getting ginger pubes in my mouth.
Yeah, I keep looking in the mirror, and it's shedding everywhere. Good lord, it's the shuffle of the wheel for me. It's that, isn't it? Pass the wheel through your hands.
I don't know what that accent is, mate, but it's not very.
It's my alter
familiar in
ego.
my,
It wasn't me doing that. It's my
Oh,
alter ego.
okay. Oui, oui.
Oui, oui, monsieur. What bad points are there with this car? We said about the gearbox being a slight weak point. Not bad, but not amazing.
So, engine-wise, they like to blow the piston rings. Not very common, but not unheard of. Something to look out for
Yeah.
if you are buying one and stuff like that. Ball joints and stuff, because they've got like a funny setup on the suspension on
Right.
these, like on the swivel hooks.
Yeah.
They tend to fail quite often. Other than that, pretty good, pretty.
Solid cars all round.
Yeah. One big point: radiator supports.
Ah,
These,
rusty.
they go rusty.
Ah,
They are separate to the subframe.
Okay.
But definitely, if anyone's looking to buy one,
something to look out for.
Yeah, definitely. Not that expensive. Pick one up off eBay for like 60, 70 quid.
Okay.
For a new one.
But it's something to look for
yeah,
when you go and buy
definitely,
one.
If you're going to buy one.
Honestly, I think the poly bushes though, they're a massive, massive thing for this car. Like,
Yeah.
I can't get across to people just how direct that steering is. So positive, like you just tiniest move and you can actually see the nose of the car moving. It's really impressive.
There's the poly bushes do change the whole
feel of the car.
feel. If you've never driven one, and you drive on it, you learn, you know why everybody loves them.
Yeah, literally.
Until
I
you've been in it.
had been wondering what the appeal of them is, and I now completely understand what the appeal of them are, what they're all about.
You need to drive a stock form one and
Yeah,
see
see
what
what
you
it's
feel on it.
like. Because this is a top example of one. You're not getting a better example of one than this.
No.
So,
But like I say, even in a stock form, there's still such a capable
car, yeah.
Best modification you can actually do is grip tape pedals.
Yes, it actually is. That is
Slightly
very
wider as well,
yeah,
so you can heel and
that
toe.
throttle pedal is so good.
Turbo versus NA, what would you...
I prefer NA.
Yeah.
I prefer NA.
It's the predictability.
I enjoy a turbo car, don't get me wrong, like turbos definitely have a place and I really do enjoy them, but for me, like an actual driving experience, it has to be NA. honestly, I do not care that this has cheap plastic interior. It literally makes no difference to me because I'm not buying this car to have the next level of luxury. I'm buying this car because I want the best driving experience that there is. And I think this car can give you that.
You buy an RS200, you never go on motorways and just go on B roads.
Yes, always choose a B road. That is key consumer advice.
And it's more fun.
Key consumer advice. One thing we haven't mentioned is how clean the rear and the inside of this car is. Like, lovely battery tray. Look at that. Relocate the battery, get a bit of weight on the rear, which definitely helps. Carpet all the way through here. Lovely white cage to match the white exterior. Helmet net, so you could do your grocery shopping in it as well. Like, how good is that?
2 bottles of milk.
2 bottles of milk, there you go, yeah. As usual, we forgot to record an outro. I'm just going to give a bit of a recap on the Clio RS200. Supercharged. That is one of the best cars I have ever driven. You feel every single piece of the road and you know exactly what that car is doing every single millisecond you drive it. The supercharger is a massive, massive benefit. You get the power increase, but you also get the drivability, which you struggle to get from turbos. There's no lag and it just makes the experience of driving it on a tight, twisty B road so enjoyable because there's no lag in between the corners. You can get on the power, straight back off it and then go back on it. A massive thank you to Zach, Thompson Automotive. We'll drop his links down in the description. The attention to detail on that car is absolutely insane, and the money he spent on that car is really, really impressive, but it's a cracking car for the money. I think that's the new benchmark for a B road basher. Can I give you my phone?
Oh, I'm like, I'm trying to grab here for the seat.
No.